All right, free radicals, welcome back. I'm Dave. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for maintaining your subscription to the channel. Some good news to report about the channel is that revenue has actually begun to creep up a little bit, mainly because every video I upload, I make sure it's monetized, and if it's not, I just take it down. And I don't deal with the censorship because I have Rockfin, and I'll just upload the video onto Rockfin. So using one channel to leverage another channel, smart? I don't know. And by the way, this is the production value that you're getting. I have no equipment on the way. I have no vast sum of money to create a studio. If you look at Tim Pool and the way he does content, this is really similar to what Tim Pool does. And Tim has hundreds of thousands of people who subscribe to him daily. I subscribe. I haven't watched one of his videos in a long time, but I'm subscribed to Tim. In any event, Tulsi Gabbard. I want to talk about Tulsi, not about me. This is not about me. There have been a lot of calls from various media types. Laura Ingraham calls them the leftist media. Leftist media wants Tulsi to get out of the race. There were a lot of Bernie fans out there who are yelling and screaming on Twitter. And they're saying that Tulsi needs to leave. Now, okay, a couple of things. And this goes all the way back to the very beginning of Tulsi's campaign. When everybody said, she's polling at 1 or 2%. So why do you care so much about Tulsi Gabbard if she's only polling at 1 or 2%? Is that the 1 or 2% that would put Bernie over the top? No. There's a big enough pie out there. Look, Bernie, if he's great, which I don't know if he's great, he might be okay. If he's great, he should be able to pretty much take all of Elizabeth Warren's support. Okay? But we've seen that support kind of go all over the place. I'm starting to think that Bernie might have a ceiling. Because if you look at all the candidates in the race, all of the neoliberals, if you take all of their support and combine it, it's like 70%, and Bernie's right around like 27. And then Tulsi's at what, 1 or 2? And you guys are all so worried about the 1 or 2%. Well, guess what? Guess what? The 1 or 2% is not going to make a difference if Bernie can't deliver on his message. And by the way, think of it this way. Both Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard are essentially kamikaze pilots. All right? Tulsi has decided to say as much as she can before her plane just plows into the DNC convention. Bernie Sanders, on the other hand, even though he's a kamikaze pilot, he's one that's taking a much safer route, but he's still going to get hit by that buzzsaw at the convention, which again, as Andrew Yang used to say, it's math. Okay, if you look at the delegates, then you look at the superdelegates and what who appointed the superdelegates and who these people are. It's the entire convention is being run by the neoliberal establishment. Okay, when you hear the name John Podesta, you should be scared. You should be very, very scared. So, for those of you calling for Tulsi to bail, I've decided because of that, I was kind of unsure, how much am I going to keep talking about Tulsi? Oh, guess what? I'm going to go wall to wall with Tulsi Gabbard. All right? And the reason I'm going wall to wall is because, look, there's nobody else bringing the message that she has. Okay? In addition to that, if you're an Andrew Yang fan today, you've got to be thinking about voting for Tulsi Gabbard. She's done a full-on embrace of UBI. That was the centerpiece of Yang's campaign. Now, because Yang is a nerdy businessman, maybe it's perceived different. His personality was all kind of wacky and crazy and fun. Tulsi Gabbard, though, is just as fun and interesting as a candidate. Warm, down-to-earth, authentic, and she's serious about UBI. In fact, I think she's going to introduce legislation, which, since she's in Congress right now, she can do that. Is it going to go anywhere? Probably not. Probably not. But UBI is a great idea. And the fact that Tulsi Gabbard has decided to embrace it should kind of boost her standing. If you're in the Yang Gang, I'm now starting to hear the Aloha Gang is the new thing. Doesn't matter what you call it, folks. This is Smart Politics by Tulsi. Tulsi's doing all of the retail politicking the old-fashioned way, and she's not missing a beat, and she's doing it with vigor and passion. And I've seen her at these campaign events, and people sometimes ask, I don't want to say ridiculous questions, but just they just want to hear themselves talk for a few minutes. And Tulsi gives them respect, and she listens, and she answers the questions fully, and she's a very authentic candidate. So for those of us looking for authenticity in a candidate, there's nobody better than Tulsi Gabbard. Bernie is an authentic guy, but Bernie has acquiesced. Bernie plays that neoliberal thing, Trump is the most dangerous president, blah, blah, blah. Really? He's more dangerous than Michael Bloomberg, who I think you'll support if he becomes the nominee. I don't know if you'll go campaign for Michael Bloomberg, but is Trump more dangerous than Michael Bloomberg? I don't think so. I really honestly don't think so. And that's why I'm kind of throwing my hands up into the air now, and I'm like, what is it bad? If it's not a true, real, progressive candidate, what difference does it make? Or independent. I try to use the word progressive less and less because the word progressive is starting to get mad at its misuse. If it could talk, it would complain and say, that's not progressive, that's stupid. All right, independent thinking. UBI, for instance, is a very independent idea, and it just came out of nowhere, and nobody was really ready for it. But it's good that Tulsi is embracing it. Who's going to bring Andrew Yang's message forward? That's a great question. It'll be Tulsi Gabbard. So, again, if you're thinking that I'm going to drop out and Tulsi's going to drop out, neither of us are dropping out. We're staying in the race. I'm staying in the race, and Tulsi is staying in the race. So there, you've got it right there. You can tell all your friends, Dave, radical independent guy. I thought he had, jumped the shark, and, campaign autopsy video really got me down. He's really down and out. This is bigger than just winning, by the way. And I'm not saying Tulsi couldn't win, but if she doesn't, she doesn't. And we have to regroup and figure out what kind of world do we want, and do we want oligarchs in charge? And we have to get money out of politics, and there are so many things to work on. But Tulsi brings this in a way that nobody else is bringing it. So if you're going to threaten me and say I need to fall in line with you, I'm going to give you, let me put it this way, I'm going to use one of my fingers on my hand as a gesture to you, and I'm going to smile, and I'm going to say aloha. So that's how I'm going to handle it. All right? We get to the convention, and you're counting delegates, and you need some delegates and so forth, and it's a real thing where the 5, 10, whatever number of delegates maybe that Tulsi grabs, come talk to me at the convention. Come make your point to me then about, we got to stop Bloomberg. I don't see a way around the neoliberals. I don't see, and I'm starting, it's like, again, I see a car accident, it's up ahead, and the progressives are all talking about, Bloomberg and trying to destroy Bloomberg, and nobody in the establishment is listening to the little voices way over on the left. All they're doing is full speed ahead. This guy's got tons of money. And, there are certain people that say, hey, here's a guy who can buy this. And they like it. They like it. Imagine if Tulsi Gabbard had $1 billion to spend on this election cycle, and she was this authentic, what she could do with that money. So if we could raise $1 billion for Tulsi, wouldn't be as much as Bloomberg has, but it would be a start. I don't think we're going to be able to raise $1 billion for Tulsi Gabbard. But that's where we need to start, apparently, right now, until we get money out of politics. All right, I'm done. Thanks for watching. PayPal, Patreon, you know the drill. I need the help. Keep watching the videos. That's the best thing you can do. I'm not dropping out. Tulsi's not dropping out. So there you go.